Alright, so for this feature match, we have Magical Musketeer Magic Bullets versus True Draco Weather Painter. On the left, we have myself, and on the right, we have Y. And this time, we're going to use a different mat. We're going to be using the Legend versus Secret mat by Imperium Duelist. This is a very beautiful mat, and maybe I'll give it away sometime. So, let's talk about this matchup for a second. We're having a very fun match here. Both of us kind of novice to this deck, but I think I have a bit more experience with the Magical Musketeer. What I can tell you about this matchup so far is the Magical Musketeer can't stop the Weathers from actually setting up. However, most of my cards don't exactly do very much against his deck because his monsters can tag out and I can't blow them up in time. So starting off with a Gofu summon, Gofu gets Max Seed when I activate the effect. That puts me quite behind as I cannot turn my Gofu into a Decode Talker. That's actually quite brutal. Now I am left with not even being able to do very much. Now in my variant of the Magical Musketeer, or I'm just going to call him Musketeer for short now, I am running Scapegoat just so that I can actually get link access because that toolbox is just too good not to play. So I summon out Kid Brave and I pass turn. I don't need to really set anything due to the fact that Magical Musketeers, they're able to activate spells and traps from their hand as long as they're the Magical Musket variant. Now he goes off and plays his own Gofu with his fancy ass ghost tokens. And he is going to proceed to Link Summon. Okay, well, Link Summon, it goes right to the closer zone to us, into the Shadows exam zone. I'm going to respawn with a Desperado, or Despacito, or Desperado. And it's time to kill off the 2-for-1. This is a kill one, get the other for free. Alright, Proxy Dragon is dead. I'm trying to prevent him from linking off, as he also plays a strong Link, well, extra deck, just for funsies. That's why we're running Gofus, because it's a little bit more interesting that way. Now he's going to normal summon out Cloud. Now if I believe a Weather card is sent to the graveyard, he can trigger and basically he can target up to 2 Weather spell trap and put them back onto the field, which is really good for summoning Masterpiece because you can't miss timing on that card. Wait, what's going on? Oh my goodness, he's activating the Tribute Summon effect of Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix for 3 tributes. And we all know where that is going. We're going to see a Metaltron 12. And this could actually lead to some pretty nasty things. See, this is the setup that Magical Musketeers need to prevent. If that card goes to the graveyard, now it's a huge problem. He's going to go into Battle Phase and swing. I take it to the face. Ugh! And now I'm at 66. See, that is a very big problem, Monster. The access in his extra deck in terms of the cards it can summon out when it gets sent to the graveyard, he basically spits out a monster from the extra deck that is not of light and dark attribute. It could be an Xyz, it could be a Synchro, it can be a Fusion, and that gives him a lot of options. And the worst one to come out would probably be Exterio. Normally it's very difficult to summon Exterio. You need Barkion and you need Ashuria Beast, and you need to fuse the two. But since you're not conducting a fusion summon, you don't need those materials. Now do note that Metaltron 12 do need to summon into an extra monster zone or a linked zone just because it is summoning out from the extra deck. There is a way to break the monster, but if Exterio comes out, that is going to be a huge problem. Now there's a Cosmic Cyclone in hand. I did see a Scapegoat in my hand as well. I'm just trying to remember this match off the top of my head, and we're gonna see a Starfire summon, and we're gonna see a Proxy Dragon with the 2 tokens, and then we're gonna go into a Decode Talker, with Decode Talker pointing into that monster, Metaltron 12. We are getting a boost. We're at 33 versus his 3000 with no sort of protection. We are good to go. Let's kill into that monster. And he is going to take a 300 life points worth of damage, so it's at 77. And the effect of Metaltron 12 is going off. And he's gonna spit out What is he gonna spit out? Please. Oh my god, yeah, he's got the Exterior. Exterior has been summoned out, a 28 meter. Here's the problem. I don't exactly have very many monsters to actually deal with that monster. I have no outs, I have no answers, and basically my entire back row is dead. I thought that I could have contained it a little bit better with Scapegoat, because I can actually reboost my Decode Talker. Y proceeds to set one back row in the middle. Now, here's the thing about both these decks. Positioning matters a lot, because one misplay on the position and it's over. See, I needed one monster to actually crash into that Exterior, and I drew to another Scapegoat. And this is where I am feeling the pain. I was like, you know what, I could just draw a monster and be fine. But that is not the case. I'm going to try to bait a card. See, the thing about Exterior is you get to banish a card and then top deck the top card to negate any spell and trap, making him one of the safest cards on the field. And yeah, he's not once per turn, so he's better than Six Samurai Shien. So I'm just trying to bait out that Scape, just trying to bait an effect. Maybe he'll let it go through, but I think he's pretty much aware that I am basically dead. Because that Decode Talker doesn't have the attack gain, and I think this is the battle of positions. If you misplace your monsters, that is a misplay on its own. And I am feeling it. I am feeling it. Hashtag the feels. Can't do anything. Can't do a direct attack because there's still an Exterior on the field. And well, time for him to go off. I can't stop him. The Weather Painter Snow has been summoned, and on the summon you can't really ash this card because all it does is place a spell and trap straight onto the field, and he is going to place it into second zone, zone 2 on his side of the field. And with that, the 3 adjacent zones basically in front of it and the 2 zones beside it, those monster zones will offer effects to those monsters and they can banish for cost, which makes it very annoying for me to deal with. There's no point in using very many hand traps against this deck because the only real good one is Droll and Ash. Aside from that, Maxi isn't exactly ideal. So we're going to see a battle phase. He's going to swing with his Snow? Yes, it's going to be Snow. On attack declaration, yes, he is going to chain, and he's going to chain, yes, Thunder Canvas. The reason why this works out is because Thunder Canvas is a damage step card. So in other words, even though he did on attack declaration, he's going to chain and bounce the Decode Talker back, giving him a full 28 damage coming forward. I don't know, I'm just trying to make some duelings of sound effects. People take some damage. You will not stop me! And pass turn. Exterior still on the board, and I'm going to top deck. Alright, Cross Dominator. Yeah, it's a spell card, and I don't have a magical musketeer. I'm instantly going into scoop phase. There's no way to break the board. If only he summoned anything else. I thought that he might go into like a Crystal Wing, or perhaps maybe a Last Warrior from another planet. Did you know that guy's Earth, by the way? It's not dark, it's Earth. But that thing is basically a Vanity's Fiend with a normal summon, no normal summon condition also stacked into it. It's pretty nasty. Well, alright, game 2, I will be going first. Wise takes the game 1 easily. Alright. Now, my hand doesn't seem very ideal. I have a bunch of spells and traps in hand and a Scapegoat, so I'm going to set 1 and basically pass turn. I'm very much scared of getting Ash myself right now. There is a Pot of Desires in my hand, and if I get Pot of Desires ashed, the thing is, the deck doesn't exactly run enough toolbox, and perhaps Pot of Desires is not one of those cards that you want to play in this deck just because the resources are just too important. You can't cycle very well if you lose too many pieces. He's going to play a Terraforming. And I'm like, I have my Ash. Do I want to Ash him? So I proceed to use Ash Blossom Joyous Spring, hoping that he doesn't have it. But he already had a Draconic Diagram anyway. So, in other words, he baited the Ash very well. And what is he going to proceed to do? So he can technically pop a card from his hand. I got baited. I don't know what's the priority card to actually Ash on his deck, but he does have a Pot of Desires, and that was really well played on his side, baiting out the Ash Blossom. I could not have read that. I thought that he was only blocking for the Draconic Diagram, and he successfully well, gets, well, is draw 2. Now with Scapegoat in the back, kind of feels like the Trickstar-ish plays where you can just continuously get a link toolbox through the use of tokens. And if you remember in the OCG ban list, a lot of the token-based cards did get hit. Now moving forward, that was just to give you guys some context. He's going to use Diagram's effect, and he's going to pop a Terraforming. So he had Terraforming anyways. Perhaps he drew it with the with his desires. There's no way that I could have stopped him anyway. That Ash was going to get baited out regardless. Now he has a Snow Canvas. That's the card that was in front of his hand. Perhaps he's going to search a Metaltron? So he is searching the Metaltron. He did not get that banished. That deck only runs one Metaltron. Don't forget, it is a very dead draw if you do somehow, well, draw into it. Or you have multiples. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, well, he's going to go with Snow Canvas, set 1. And he's going to normal summon Thunder Canvas. I don't know why he's choosing his positioning like that, but with whatever he's doing, I have to try to match into his position of empty area. So he gets swing directly with the Thunder Canvas. I'm taking 17 worth of damage. So 63 to 8,000. And he is going to end phase, tag and search. Now remember, if you do use Snowy Canvas, you cannot search for the rest of the turn. And he's immediately searching out Cloud. Cloud is probably one of the best ones out there. Alright, so he has Cloud in hand. I'm expecting him to do some sort of tribute summon. If he can keep that Draconic Diagram alive, that is very scary because he's going to be able to get himself the additional summon through the True Draco spells. So I'm going to end phase Scapegoat. Standby phase. His monster comes back. It's special summoned. It's not just like a return to the field. So if you're able to shut them out from special summoning back, you can lock them out from ever getting their cards back. Now with 4 tokens, that gives me a lot of access to a lot of other things. But he's still in standby phase, and he decides to use Maxi. So Maxi has been used on a preemptive Maxi. Good call on his part, because with 4 tokens, I would have preemptively Maxi to skip your opponent's turn. Either I have to skip my turn, or I don't make anything at all. Forcing me not into going into something kind of weird here. Not exactly ideal to me. Going straight into Firewall. That's the only thing. I can't use Borrow Load because Borrow Load will require me to turn most of my monsters into, say, effect monsters, and that's not good. I go Link Karibo, go Proxy Dragon, go Link Spider, and then all 3 into that. That's not about to give him that many cards. It's crazy. I'm gonna normal summon out the Kid Brave. I'm not afraid of your back row. I have my Dark Bribe in hand. Last Stand. Although I probably should have summoned in the same line of cards as his back row. So to me, that placement is a misplay. And I'm trying to catch all of these along the way. So maybe we'll all learn a little bit better about how we play Magical Musketeer. Like, it's so common to, like, for any novice to just summon right from the middle. But that is not ideal. Hopefully I learn better in the match. I really want to activate the Ties of Brethren. Ties of Brethren is a really good card to use, but I won't be able to get rid of his Thunder Canvas. Or sorry, not Thunder Canvas, his the Weather Painter's Thunder. Time to go to battle phase! Battle phase swing! Firewall Dragon, use your whatever attack that you use. I don't know the attack of Firewall Dragon. And he is going to proceed to chain tag out to get himself a nice search. So I get a replay. Firewall will continue to attack, dealing him 25 damage, and I will swing again with the Kid Brave, another 16. And his search with the Kid is going to be the Thunder Canvas. Main phase 2. Pot of Desires. This is a very greedy Pot of Desires. Is there going to be an Ash? It's successful. No Ash. But what do I lose in return? Just inspecting all the cards that were banished. I believe there was 3... I think it was a really good banish, because I don't think I lost, like resources of... too many resources anyways. I think I only lost, like, the duplicates, and I still had another copy in the deck, which made it a very good draw. Now I have Gofu in hand, so that's pretty useful. Now, through the effect of Kid Braid, because I did activate Desires right behind it, so I'm going to ditch the Steady Aim to draw 2 cards. I think there is an Upstart Goblin in hand. Now I'm going to pass turn. Don't need for back row when you got this many hand traps. There's an Ash, there is a Negation, there's a lot of stuff. Standby phase. Weather Painter Thunder is going to come back. Special summon onto the field. You can of course re-choose the position of where you want to adapt to your opponent's plays. And he proceeds to Tribute for 3, which is a triple immune Metaltron 12. Oh boy, that firewall has been so stunned by Maxi. And we're gonna see a Metaltron 12. Immune to monster spells and traps. The only way I can destroy this is either by Kaiju, which I do not run. I will consider running a Kaiju in the future. And he's gonna activate Diagram, which will be proceeded to get ashed. But Metaltron 12, oh my god. And he sets his Draconic Diagram. I think that was a taunt. That was a bit of a taunty move. And he activates another Diagram. So he has a second copy of Diagram, and I'm going to stop it. I'm going to activate the Last Stand on the activation. However, my hand does not exactly have any more Magical Musket cards. That was a good... That basically gave him that free read. What is he going to do? So he's setting his cards all the way to the left side, just so that I don't get any kind of free cards. So I'm going to take 500 damage from that, for the swing of Metaltron to the Firewall Dragon. Oh my god. It seems like we're back in the state of Game 1 where he did manage to break through and get the setup. And I have a Gofu in hand, but I still have 1 monster in hand, which is not ideal. I don't think there is much I can do. I have to use this card. Pay 2,000 life points. And they get to summon out the Doctor. And get to summon out... what's the face? Casper. The most important card. Casper, the friendly Magical Musketeer. Or the friendly Ghost. Casper, right over his card. And Doctor. I remember that there was 1 Doctor left in the deck even after the Desires, which was very good. Like, that's right, your back row gives me free cards. However, a triple immune monster is Towers, and I'm basically stuck, and I don't have a battle phase. Remember, anyone that activates Ties of Brethren do not have a battle phase and cannot special summon any further than this. The effect of Kid Brave. I'm going to throw away the Starfire. I did just search up 2 cards, so he is going to have to give me a cut. Let me count in my deck. Okay, well, draw 2 cards. Destiny draw! Ash and... Is that a Maxi? No, that can't be a Maxi. I think that was just another Magical Musket card. I am trying to get something out of this, but it is very difficult. There's an Upstart. Upstart, sweet. Upstart right over the dock, because I'm trying to fetch back the 1 card that I did ditch earlier on. I think I have the Steady Aim in there. That's why you should always run 1 copy of Steady Aim. Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't like Steady Aim too much, because you can't do a direct attack, but hey. Draw a card, and the effect of Dock. Dock is going to trigger and get Steady Aim back to my hand. Okay. The hand, that's not too bad. In any case, the hand is actually supposedly pretty good, actually. And with him at 49, thanks to the Upstart.
It's like asking for the impossible. Hey, you have like +4 on you, man. What do you want?
See, like, in terms of, like, how it works right now, in terms of tempo, it doesn't matter how much card advantage I have over him when there's no way for me to actually break his board. And even if I do break his board, the contingency that comes after is much worse. Like, Exterio, remember, Magical Musketeer depends on, well, the spells and traps in hand. Whereas the weather monsters, they use the spells and traps to offer effects to monsters, so they're kind of opposites in that regard, which is why I'm decided to feature this matchup. And Desperado isn't exactly a very effective card against them. You have to pop back row, not the monster, because the monsters will always be able to dodge.
You bring out that Exterio, and I'm like basically eating shit. I know.
Oh boy. Is it time for Tombox to eat the poo-poo? Because he is about to get pooped on. The dark side is now winning. The dark side. So we're just kind of confirming effects here. So aside from... So what other monsters can we actually bring out with Metaltron 12? So there is Totally Awesome as an Xyz that you can bring out. For Synchro, probably Crystal Wing is... To my knowledge, one of the best ones you can actually bring out. You could probably bring out Scrap Dragon if you want to go in that direction. Even Goyo Guardian is an option too, if you want to play Goyo. It used to be a lot better. For Xyz, Totally Awesome. I don't think there's any other really good ones that you want to bring out. I think. I could be completely wrong. And then for fusions, of course, it's Exterio, and there's also Last Warrior from Another Planet. Basically, when you destroy this monster, you get a Vanity's Emptiness that doesn't let anyone summon anything. Oh, Battle Phase. He summons out the Cloud, and he's gonna proceed to punch something. He's not FF7 Cloud. He's only a pen. I find that the weather painters are actually pretty cute. They all hold, like, I guess, drawing equipment. Like fountain pens and airbrushes. And a crayon. Alright, so he's only attacking to the Doctor. He knows that without Doctor, I can't get anything back. And that is my last Doctor. I don't run Calamity. And maybe I should run Calamity. It's gonna attack into the Kid Brave. And Jabeta! Tombox Jabeta, you activate that, you can't deal with the Exterio, and you're going to die. And death is about to come to me. Well, actually no. With monsters on the field, you still have extra deck to toolbox to deal with the Exterio, so that's not too bad. Alright, so we are going to see this. So, that was activated during attack declaration, not damage step. So, therefore, you can activate the effect of Kid Brave. Otherwise, if you activate it during the damage step, you won't be able to activate the effect to search or whatnot because... to draw, sorry. Because that is not an effect that causes drawing. And it's an optional trigger, and it doesn't do really anything else. So there's the Exterio, and... it's still battle phase. So, yeah, that's not going to be ideal here. He gets another swing. He gets to kill Casper now. Casper has been destroyed by battle. Exterio. Smart play on his part. He guaranteed an additional kill even though if he lost his monster. And he's going to activate True Draco. No, that's not True Draco. That is Weather Canvas. I think that's Rain. So Diagram is going to pop... Oh, no, never mind. Diagram cannot pop. Ash Blossom Joyous Spring came in handy right there. It would have been pretty bad because if that Cloud managed to trigger, he'll be getting some cards back, and I'm not ready for that. Not ready for that kind of advantage. Now, remember, Rain can only bounce opponent's cards, not your own. And he's going to pass turn. There is a way to out this. Sadly, my memory was terrible, and I don't know what his face down was. And, oh my god, the upcoming play is going to be... I remember it, it's pretty bad. Okay, normal summon out the Magical Musketeer, Kid Brave, second copy. And with 2 level 3s, that gives me access to some of the most powerful monsters in all of Duel Monsters. Which is, in my extra deck, there should be 1 copy of Breaksword. Breaksword can kill off that... what's his face? Exterio! But instead... Tombox goes greedy. Now, in my hand, there's a Cross Dominator, so there's no point of even trying it because the Exterio is still on the field. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. And on attack declaration, he's going to activate the Thunder Canvas. And I can't activate Cross Dominator. It doesn't even matter if I did activate the Cross Dominator because there's still the Exterio on the field. And the greedy play here was I tried to kill the Cloud, then use the thing to pop the Exterio, which would have resulted in both monsters dying. And there goes my out. Hashtag, why are you so bad? Tombox. God, so bad. Such greed did not pay off. Even the Casper wouldn't have helped because it just wasn't enough. Could I've actually link summoned into something and run over Exterio? It's 28 and I don't exactly have anything that it is pointing to. Like the way that Y summoned onto his board, he put it on the edges, making a Decode Talker impossible. We need better link 3s right now, and I'm gonna... that Casper is still stuck there. I'm basically stuck. And now on standby phase, the Cloud has special summoned back onto the field. And now he uses the Dragonic Diagram to search out, I believe, a Masterpiece. So at this point, once the True Draco weather side gets all set up, it's basically over for the Musketeer, because the whole point of my side was to actually stop him from getting the setup, and clearly that was not the case. I failed. Like a surprise Metaltron 12 was more than enough to actually destroy my face, and he got the effect of the... oh, he got the effect of Cloud off, which retrieved 2 cards back. Oh boy, yeah, he can't miss timing because he's an if trigger, but you cannot use Cloud during the damage step. Just be aware of that, because that card effect does not move itself, and it's an optional trigger. So those two kind of combined kind of leads it in that direction. Okay. He's going to make a Spell Trap immune, which is the ideal Masterpiece, like, especially when dealing with a magical Musketeer deck, because most of the stuff aren't coming from monsters, they're coming from spells and traps. Battle Phase! He's not even popping my dude, it's a Casper! If only it was a Man-Eater Bug. But it is not a Man-Eater Bug, and proceed to attack for game! So the match gets 2-0'd by Y. Y 2-0's Tombox in this little fun matchup. I hope you guys enjoyed this matchup. I can't believe that my greed, well, got me killed. Sometimes you just can't be that greedy. Sometimes you just take what you can get. Maybe you can actually recover further. But for now, that was it. Unfortunately, the Gofu couldn't have come out, so all in all, congratulations to Y. Now, this episode is brought to you by the MST Negate shirt. If you want to look sleek and troll some of the new players, why not wearing MST Negate shirt? It's just a meme shirt. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and you can find it down in my Design by Human store in the link below. Anyways, for this matchup, Exterio basically shut down everything on the Magical Musketeer side, thanks to the access to Metaltron 12. Tombox's greed did not help him out, especially when he decided to swing into that Cloud, and that actually cost him quite a bit more than just the game, cost him the match, and Y did end up winning most of the small exchanges by tagging out properly and maintaining advantage. And also, Maxi did kick him in the nuts a couple of times. You know, Maxi on the first Gofu, and Maxi preemptively after the Scapegoat on the next turn was pretty deadly. And this was it. If you guys enjoyed the duel commentary by me, by all means hit that like button. If you want to see more stuff like this and other crazy shenanigan videos from myself, Tombox, maybe some other members of MST, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you guys who are coming from Sam's channel, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I want to show you guys that I can do more than just make pretty graphics and animations. There's also a YugiTuber here. I kind of want to be more of a YouTuber, but hey, what can I say? Until next time, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV. And happy holidays. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.